Let's start with your reading, Leo. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Keep in mind that the energies go both ways. Feel free to interpret the messages in their direction as it best resonates with your own personal situation. Also, I am still selecting people for free personal readings. If you need one, just keep watching to know how to get selected. Now, let's see what messages we have for you today, Leo. Okay. Interesting. Oh, yes, that explains it actually. The energy at the bottom of the deck is the Tower for you today. And what we see here is an event that you're not expecting coming towards you, which potentially can reshape the whole environment around you. This with the Tower really feels like something that maybe at some point in time in the past you were hoping for. You've envisioned it happening, coming towards you, and maybe it was something that you truly wanted, something that at that moment in time had some major importance, but that at some point I see you just giving up on. With the Tower, you see a lightning, and look around in that car, there are no clouds, which is making you believe, it's a situation that makes you believe that nothing is going to happen here. It's just a normal night with the stars, with a regular weather, and then all of a sudden this happens, this comes in, and it really shakes things up for you. So we see something major come in here as the main energy. We will see what that's about. Someone has been spying on you, perhaps has been trying to learn things about you, what you're doing, who you are hanging out with, are you seeing someone. This with the Page of Swords really feels like someone who maybe you didn't know that they were still energetically connected with you, but they have been for longer than you know, longer than you can think right now. So what we have in the middle of the reading is the Four of Swords and the World. And the combination of these two cards truly talks about closure. There is something right here that with time, with effort, and maybe with some struggle as well, you were finally able to heal from. You were finally able to let go. Now, this hasn't been easy for you, and I am sorry that you had to go through that. But you know, now that you are on the other side of that situation, you know how much you've learned. You know how much you've learned about yourself as well. Even if it's just a display, a validation on how strong you can be. This is definitely a testament of what a beautiful person and strong soul you are. And so right here, what we're seeing is definitely you bouncing back, learning how to love yourself, because this person obviously was not loving you or doing things that made you see their love for you. And so Four of Swords, the World, getting closure, regaining strength and clarity, becoming stronger because of this event, because of something that has happened. And so what I'm seeing here is a door that you think is absolutely closed, a chapter, a time in your life that now is in your past and will always be in your past. But not really, not with what we see right here. There is something happening that, again, it's coming out of nowhere, and that it's going to develop fast as well. So we will see what this is going to be. I don't see you thinking about this person anymore. And if you are thinking about them with way less intensity than you might have in the past, especially when all of this was happening. It's a completely different type of energy right now. And so in intensity especially. And so what we see here at the base of it all is that what's going to come in here is absolutely unexpected for you. Zero expectations, in fact. In your focus position, the moon. So there is overall here a need to understand where to go from here. Because, sometimes we focus so much on the healing process. Sometimes we focus on that fight, on that tunnel that we want to get to the end of, that we forget about the fact that we have purpose, that we have things that we want to achieve. We forget about our goals because we are so focused on healing, on recovering from something that was hard on us. And if this process, if this chapter lasts a long time, you get to the end of it, you heal, but you're left with a question. What am I going to do with myself now? Where am I going to go? What it is that I want? What it is that I want to manifest in my life, achieve in my life? And that's not an easy question to answer for you right now, perhaps. You might know in general what you want, but you're lacking maybe some sort of motivation, or the fear of putting yourself out there again is just too strong. You're fearing that this might be a circle or it might be a loop. And so you have got to the end of that circle. You're afraid that the end is also the beginning, which will take you on the same path with love, hope, and then struggle, and everything gets destroyed and falls apart, and then back to here. Is this what you're bound to experience? Absolutely not, Leo. I know that it's easy to do that. We are human beings. We base our lives on patterns. Everything that we create is patterns. Everything from how to harvest, how to build a skyscraper. These are all patterns, and we know them, we study them, we expect them. This right here, it's not a pattern. It's not. You have to let go of the fears, because what's coming towards you could actually bring you happiness, long-term happiness. But there is something that you need to figure out first. Now, in your past position, we see this person. We see the beginning of that cycle, right? Look at this Knight of Cups. It's really hard to resist to this energy. At least at first, at least for a little while at the beginning, this person was really able to be very romantic, to be very charming. They might have said things that no one has ever told you before. And in a way, it made it hard for you to distinguish reality from dreams. Is this a movie that I'm living, or is this reality? Is this a dream that I'm having, or is this real life? It felt that way. That line in between the two worlds was very blurry. And often you didn't fully know what that was about, because it felt too perfect, too good to be true, maybe. And so the way this person was seductive with you, the way they claimed to be into you, was really intoxicating in a way. It felt like they were truly devoted to you, but then obviously something went wrong here. Now, in your strength position, 8 of Pentacles. I love this about you, Leo. Right here, we see that your passion, your creativity, even, it really pushes you in a direction where you want to always improve yourself. You know, obviously, that none of this is your fault. But at the same time, you know that there are things that you can improve within yourself in order to place yourself in better situations, right next to people who are going to be better for you. And so this is your strength right now. This is perhaps one of the lessons that you might have learned after going through this situation. And don't take that for granted. Don't underestimate it, because the reason why we go through the situations is just to learn a lesson. And if we don't learn it, then yes, then we are stuck in a cycle, stuck in a loop. But this doesn't have to be. There is something right here which perhaps you might be guilty of. Something that you always look for in a person, and something that unfortunately um, belongs to people who are not good enough for you. Just to give you an example, but it doesn't have to apply to your specific situation, you might always fall in love with younger people or with very amazing, beautiful, very attractive people, top models, something like that. Doesn't mean that you don't have to be attracted to your person, but there is something right here that you always look for, and that eventually turns out to be the problem. You might like very passionate, just like you, but sometimes that passion translates into craziness, if that makes sense. And so right here, the cards are not saying you can have either one or the other. No, it's just saying there is something that just doesn't work for you, that at first looks very shiny and beautiful, but that eventually transforms into something very destructive. What is it, Leo? What is it here that you have to let go? You have to just fine tune it so that you find what you truly deserve. Because this is just about finding your match, you know? It's not saying that everyone is wrong and you're right, or vice versa. This is just about finding someone who is able to give you what you need, what you want in a relationship in general. And so it looks like here, supporting the reading, you have a lot of events coming towards you which will make all of this worth it. We have some sort of rewards moving forward, some sort of evolution here, which when you will experience it and you look back at all this struggle, you will be able to say, oh, now I get it. Now I see where I was doing wrong, what I needed to change. And now that I changed it, big or small, that change is going to be, doesn't matter. I see that things are actually evolving fast, evolving in a positive way, taking me to success overall, taking me to happiness. And happiness, as I always say in the readings, happiness in the universe, it means balance, and vice versa. Balance in the universe means happiness. Because there is one thing is passion and excitement, short term, and one another thing is long-term balance, which is happiness, real happiness, something you can count on, rely on, build with, build upon. And so right here, there is something coming your way which will truly help you out and place you on the right path towards that happiness that we've been talking about. In your hidden energy position coming towards you, Page of Wands. Back to what we were saying earlier. Now, I'll never hear from this person again. There is something right here that it's never going to happen, because I know that that situation is completely over. But all of a sudden, that lightning, it's going to strike. And it's going to show up in the form of a message, perhaps. This is either a text message or someone that you know telling you this person has been asking about you, has been talking about you. Overall, what I see is something small. Could be a message saying, hey, literally just 3 letters, hey. And of course, that's just someone saying, I'm here, look at me, I am not gone. It's their way back in, but obviously it's just the first step. And in order to understand where that step and the following ones are going to take you, or where they want to go, we have to read into this person's energy and intentions. And so let's do that. Let's flip the reading and see what this person is about at this moment in time. Why are they texting you now? Why are they reaching out now? What is that they want to achieve, both in the near but also in the distant future? What are their intentions at this moment in time? But also, is this a person you're achieving that happiness with? Because that's definitely something that it's in this reading. That change, that transformation, an expected path that will help you understand where to go. Where are you going to go? What is coming up for you in the distant future, given the current energies, Leo? Let's look into all of this. Now, if you want to dive deeper into the messages, just follow me in the extended video link below in the description box. Also, Leo, don't forget that every week I randomly select viewers that have watched the extended video to offer them 100% free personal reading. I send out emails to confirm every Monday morning, and sometimes the emails go to the spam folder. Make sure to check out that as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Leo. Now, first of all, thank you so much for deciding to support the channel. I couldn't do this without you. Second of all, while I was putting down this deck right here, at the bottom of it, look what we have. We have death, rebirth, and I do believe, as we said already before, we didn't need this card, but this is definitely a confirmation that the situation around you somehow is completely changing. There is something that has been added here that wasn't there before, that it's definitely bringing transformation. This whole situation is about to be transformed into something that honestly you are not expecting at all. Now, I definitely want to see if this is the person you are going to end up with, what it's coming towards you, but I want to start from their feelings and intentions right now. Keep in mind that the King of Pentacles wanted to come up, and to me, this really connects to this death energy. That's what you are going to become. That's the potential that you have: in charge, in control, abundant, overall in control of your life. And this is something that with the moon, you don't feel able to do, to have. So first of all, let's focus on that page of wands and let's see what this person's intentions with this message are at this moment in time. Let's also look into their feelings right now and what they truly think and feel inside whenever they think about you. Let's clarify the page of wands. Oh, wow. This person is lost without you. Look at this, the Tower. Wow. So what we're seeing right here, you really are getting major cards. And I definitely see why. We have this death rebirth. We have this Tower twice. We have something here which will change the landscape completely. Now, what we see overall is that this person right now is